there's a little area in my garden that I just keep for um, plants that I need to nurture before I put them in the ground or I grow them in pots. So here I got from Crimson Sage elderberry bush, the plant I mean. And there's two varieties. And then back here I have a little Edelweiss, which is the national flower of Switzerland. So hopefully I'll be able to grow it. I just have to find out where it likes to be. But for now, since we have like 90 or 100 degrees in it during the day, I'll just keep it here for a while and just baby it. Some of the plants I like to grow in pots. So here I have a belladonna. I just grow that to make essences. As you know, this is a toxic plant, so I wouldn't suggest you grow that. But I really love the little flowers it puts out. And then it puts out these berries, which of course are very toxic. But I do make an essence out of the flower, and I call it confidence builder. And over here in the sun, bright sun all day, well, most of the day, is the lemon verbena. I'm going to make cookies with lemon verbena. Lemon verbena is really best right out of the garden. Once you dry it, the scent just goes away and the flavor. And here's the lemongrass. It doesn't look very happy because my dog just loves chewing on grass and his favorite is lemongrass. So I guess that's little Mason's plant. And here's basil, and I'm going to also put those two in a pot in a few days. This little plant is called chervil. Chervil is really difficult to transplant. So I've been growing this chervil in this particular pot for a few years. As you can see, it's going into, actually it's blooming, going into seeds. So once it totally dries up and the seeds are ready to be picked, I just put it back into the pot. And here I have holy basil. That's another nice one to grow, to make tea with. It's very calming, relaxing. It's good for meditation. And also it's an annual, but if you just collect the seeds, or I just shake the seeds back into the pot and leave it over winter, and in the spring it starts growing again. And I'm going to try to grow some ginger just to see what it looks like, and I'm going to use this pot here. And this plant here is called Spillanthus. Spillanthus is really underused. Spillanthus works similar to echinacea, and some herbalists actually say it is even better than echinacea. And they have these little funny looking like mushroom kind of little flowers, or whatever you call them. And when you pick those, you can put them in your mouth and chew them. It's excellent for your teeth and gums. Actually, it's called also toothache plant. This one too, I grow in a pot. It likes the shade. Even though I think it's a tropical plant, I think it's just too hot and too dry here, so I just keep it in a shade. And in the fall I harvest it and make myself an extract. It's a really good mouthwash also. And I keep some of the seeds, and then I just put the seeds back into the pot, and then it grows every year. In these pots I grow mint, and I grow those in pots because they do overtake the garden. They have a tendency to overtake the garden. So so this one, for example, I think it's an apple mint, and this is spearmint, and I think that's a chocolate mint, and just a variety of mints. I have to taste them to know which one is what. The keith, and then you see a little bit of cilantro here too. And that's okay, that's a bonus. Maybe it'll bloom and make me little seeds, and I can use it to replant or sow the seeds into my garden. I want to tell you the most important thing when you grow a variety of mints you want to always pinch off the leaves, not the leaves, the flowers. Pinch off the flowers because otherwise they cross-pollinate. So then the chocolate mint is going to taste like a mishmash between chocolate mint, apple mint, spearmint, and so on. So always pinch off the flower and then just make a tea with it. Here's another interesting plant I like to grow in a pot since I have to take it indoors in the winter time. This is called hoodia, and hoodia was very popular a few years ago as a weight loss herb. I just find those flowers very unusual, and it just comes back every year. It's very slow growing.